बल्कि कुछ दिनों ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਦੀ ਪੱਕੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੌਫਟ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਟੇਸਟੀ ਤੇ ਸੌਫਟਨੈਸ ਕਈ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੱਕ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੌਫਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਦੁਰਮ ਵੀਟ ਤੋਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਈਜੀਨਿਕ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਮਿਲਾਵਟ ਦੇ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਦੀ ਪੱਕੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੌਫਟ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਟੇਸਟੀ ਤੇ ਸੌਫਟਨੈਸ ਕਈ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲੇ।
हेलो गाइस, परमजीत कैसे हो यार? ओएस, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। Yes, we have Salma ji here today. Yes.
I was there last time also.
Yes, we have Nirmala too.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ
We have Aisha as well. She is hiding.
ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੌਫਟ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਟੇਸਟੀ ਤੇ ਸੌਫਟਨੈਸ ਕਈ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੱਕ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆਟਾ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੌਫਟ
This brown guy talks too much. Yeah, Aisha as well. She is
हर समय ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੰਗ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਸੁਰ ਸੰਗਮ।
Radio Sur Sangam, yes.
ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ।
ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੈਠੋਗੇ?
ਉਹ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰ ਗਿਆ ਰਾਤ ਦੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣੀ ਘਰੋਂ। ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ।
ਉਹ ਪਰ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕਿਉਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ?
ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਭਰਾਵਾ ਦੋ ਨੇ। ਘਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਨੇ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਚ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ ਮੰਗਵਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਸਾਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਗਰਮ ਮਸਾਲਾ ਮੂਵੀ
ਲੈ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਸੀ। A1 ਸਪਾਈਸ ਐਂਡ ਮੂਵੀ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ।
Calgary's oldest store, A1 Spice and Movie Center, ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨੀ ਗਰੋਸਰੀ, ਹਰੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਤਾਜ਼ੀਆਂ ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ, ਦਾਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ, ਮਸਾਲੇ, ਡਰਾਈ ਫਰੂਟ ਤੇ ਇਲਾਇਚੀਆਂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰੇਟ ਤੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੂਵੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਆਡੀਓ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਤੇ DVDs ਦੀ ਲਾਰਜ ਕਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ। A1 Spice and Movie Center, Unit 96, 55 Castle Ridge Plaza, North East, Calgary. Phone number 4032852446, 403 285 2446।
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਚ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ। ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ 24 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਡਾਲਰ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਰੇਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ।
ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਗਵਾਉਣੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ 403 607 4508।
ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਯੂਨਿਟ 201 4850
Can you relax? Nice one. 1, 2, 3.
Second floor.
ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ
ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ।
607 4208 403 607 4508।
What happened to the gentleman?
ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਚ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ। ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ 24
We don't talk about
ਬਚਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ
strangers here.
ਡਾਲਰ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਰੇਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ।
ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਗਵਾਉਣੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ 403 607 4508।
ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਯੂਨਿਟ 201 4851 ਵੈਸਟਮਿੰਸ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਨਾਰਥ ਈਸਟ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ, ਸ਼ੋਰ ਲਾਅ ਆਫਿਸ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਲਾਜ਼ਾ ਦੀ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਫਲੋਰ।
ਅਕਾਲ ਫੋਰਨ ਐਕਸਚੇਂਜ 403 607 4208 403 607 4508।
जी अस्सलाम, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, इंडिया, अली मदद। मैं आपका होस्ट जलाल की खिदमत में हाजिर। आप सब सुन रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं सलाम नमस्ते Calgary on the Radio Sur Sangam Calgary. If you are in Edmonton, so Radio Sur Sangam in Edmonton, or if you are, or if you guys are watching us live on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us for the latest edition of Salaam Namaste Calgary. जी हाँ, आजकल आपको जैसे पता है, it was beautiful sunny weather today. Yes, it was beautiful beautiful sunny in Calgary, but it was chilly. It's been snowing in Calgary. सलमा जी, ये क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे?
जी, सबसे पहले हमारे सारे सुनने वालों और हमारे सारे देखने वालों को सलाम, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, यानी मदद एंड गुड इवनिंग। कैसे हैं आप लोग? उम्मीद है कि आपका हफ्ता अच्छा गुजरा होगा। थोड़ा सा ठंडा था, थोड़ी बर्फ थी।
Yes.
और मैं एक्चुअली इतवार को टोरंटो से वापस आई तो मुझे बिल्कुल भी नहीं अच्छा लगा कि टोरंटो से इतना अच्छा मौसम था और यहाँ पर इतनी ज़्यादा बर्फ़ हो रही थी जब मैं इस रात को पहुँची। तो आज का मौसम बहुत काफ़ी अच्छा हो गया, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था। आज धूप निकली हुई थी, जैसे ही धूप निकलती है पता नहीं ऑटोमेटिकली आप अच्छा फील करने लगते हैं। तो उम्मीद है कि आप लोग सब सेफ एंड साउंड होंगे और कोई कैजुअलिटी आपके यहाँ ना हुई हो, अल्लाह करे। और अब थोड़ा मौसम अच्छा है और सैटरडे तक वी डोंट सी एनी बर्फ, उसके बाद आगे देखें क्या होता है। तो जितना भी एंजॉय कर सकते हैं आप इस मौसम को एंजॉय करिए। अब देखते हैं कि हमें खिज़ा का मौसम मिलेगा कि नहीं, कि हम डायरेक्टली विंटर में चले जाएंगे, इसका कुछ पता नहीं है। तो उम्मीद है कि आप लोग सब अच्छे होंगे और हमें मिस किया होगा जैसे कि हमेशा हम आपको मिस करते हैं। तो आज का प्रोग्राम भी इंशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है। हमारे आप जैसे कि देख रहे हैं और जो हमें सुन रहे हैं, हम उन्हें बताना चाहते हैं कि हमारी गेस्ट आ गई हैं और इनसे हम बातें करेंगे। आपको मालूम है कि इलेक्शंस आर अराउंड द कॉर्नर, तो उसी के सिलसिले में हमारी एक गेस्ट आई हैं और everybody knows her। और so जो नहीं देख सक रहे हैं हमें, हम उनको बताना चाहेंगे कि हमारी गेस्ट आ चुकी हैं और हम उनको इंट्रोड्यूस करवाएंगे। इनसे काफ़ी सारी बातें करेंगे कि क्या चल रहा है आजकल इलेक्शंस के बारे में। तो चलिए हम इनसे बातें करते हैं और आप enjoy करिएगा।
जी सुमा जी, you said it was like whenever you see sun is out, so you feel better.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better because Nirmala is here.
Oh, yes, say that.
Because Nirmala is here, one of our really good friends.
Yes,
last
we've been
6-7
friends now.
years
Yes,
now.
definitely for at least 6 years.
It's not because
now.
of the election, but we are friends anyway.
I can't go
That's
through an
right.
election without coming on your show.
Oh!
It's a
Please
tradition
repeat,
now.
repeat, take two.
Tradition.
And of course, let's start some the $1 million question for all the Albertans.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the weather?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but
Because
you know
you
what?
have some good
Here's-
friends in CBC or global, you might have insight. What's going on?
I think it's because we're door knocking and Mother Nature wanted to
Oh.
throw a spanner into the works, and it did not stop us.
No.
We still kept going.
It's
So there you go.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Yeah.
Okay, Nirmala, of course, I think it's been about 2 weeks now. It's been announced. Elections are coming, federal
Yeah.
election on October 21st,
Mhm.
and you are running for the Liberal.
That's
for,
right.
for Mr. Trudeau.
Right.
So I think it's been a while since we talk about you,
Yeah.
So what's happening with you these days now?
Well, you know what? I wasn't sure that I was going to run again, and here I am doing it again, right? So, but for me, it was a decision about the same reason that I ran in 2015. It was that I really felt like, and I had said this to you before, that I felt like I needed to do something more than just tell people stories. I needed to actually step up and try to make change happen. But this particular community means even more to me. Because my son goes to school here.
Yeah.
I've worked.
Okay,
here.
by the way, she's running for Skyview.
Yes,
Yeah,
Calgary
so-
Skyview. Yeah,
Skyview, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
and your radio station is right
Yeah,
in the middle
right
of our
there.
riding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do all my shopping here. These are my friends. They're my neighbors. They're the people I see at my son's school. They're the people that I see at the grocery store, at the restaurants, all of that stuff. So it was really important to me. I mean, it was important in 2015 and just as important today. Yeah.
So why do you think it's more important, like according to what you are saying, that it was important in 2015, but it's as important now. So why? What is the
Well, I think in this particular riding, a lot of the families here are like mine. I've got 2 boys, as you know, a lot older now than when I saw you last, because when I saw you last, my one son, the eldest, was 10 years old. He's now 15. He's in high school.
Nice.
If you can believe that,
Yeah.
and the younger one's 10 years old. But when I'm knocking on the doors, the issues that of the people that I'm talking to are the same as my issues. It's about juggling work and family, trying to find time, trying to put food on the table, trying to make ends meet, all of those things that middle class families, share. And in addition, I'm also a sandwich generation. So I've got a 10-year-old, but I also have parents who are 89 years old. So you're trying to worry about issues for seniors and care. You're worrying about things like childcare. You're worrying about putting food on the table, your finances, all of those things, right? Those are the things that resonate with the people that live in this area. So I can identify with them.
Yeah. So, like, first few questions were good, like, high bar. So now the tough question will start. And I want to warn you, so then you won't be able to run because the doors are locked.
Okay.
It won't open without us.
You did close me in here.
Yes. So, of course, like, if you take the last election and now,
Yeah.
the way it looks, okay, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Like, is the Liberals going to be back again?
I think so. I think the track record of the Liberals is very strong. I mean, we've lifted 300,000 children out of poverty. We've lifted 50,000 seniors out of poverty. We've put more money into the pockets of the middle class with the middle class tax cut and with the Canada Child Benefit. If people still want those checks, people will have noticed 4 years ago that those checks, the Canada Child Benefit, those checks went up exponentially, right? You used to be getting about 150. Now you're getting about 670 on average, right? And they're tax-free. If you don't vote Liberal, you probably won't be getting those checks again, right? So the people in this area, the response has been phenomenal at the doors. I'm an immigrant. A lot of people in this community are immigrants too, so they identify. They want somebody who looks like them to represent them in government. Multiculturalism is very important to them. All of those things. So the reception that we're getting in Calgary Skyview has been really good.
Awesome.
That's what like what I feel, what I read, and what I around we hear from people that like Liberal is going to come back, and I am for it for sure. And so if you're elected, what difference are you going to make?
Well, I feel like truly that I've been in training for this position my entire life.
Okay.
Because as a journalist, my entire life was listening to people, advocating for them, being the voice that they felt they didn't even have, and making change happen. And so I'm going to use those skills that I've honed throughout my career, over 20 years or so, and I am listening to people. I'm finding out what's important to them. What should we be paying attention to? I didn't give up my journalism career to do nothing. I gave up my journalism career to be their voice in Ottawa, not Ottawa's voice here. And I truly mean it. I want to be their advocate. I want them to feel empowered. I don't want them to feel invisible. And I want to make myself accessible. And I will have an open door policy where I want them to come and tell me what's happening to them, what's going on in their lives, and what needs to change. And it doesn't matter if it's not a federal level of government. If it's different levels of government, I will work with different levels of government to try to make make those things happen. I will advocate for them. So.
Okay, so like individual families are good. I think I think the Liberal is the way to go. What about the business people? I met one of the person. I think it was 2-3 hours ago today. She works for the Burnco, like concrete, like the cement factories. I said, how's the economy these days and what's going on? She said, economy in Alberta, it's like we are losing investment, like investment every day. More they're getting a business in East, which is Ontario, of course, East, and in US. I said, why is that? She said, because what people think, or what the Liberal think, or what Mr. Trudeau, I don't want to say Mr. Trudeau, but as like in general. If any party wins the East, they win the election. They don't need West, they don't need Alberta. Why do they care?
Well, you know what? I don't think that that's true. I think there are a lot of Liberals here. Trust me.
Yeah, of course. I know. Yeah, of course.
Reach out to me all the
because
time.
there are a bunch of immigrants are here, of course.
Yeah, but people should be really proud of the Liberal track record. We've had the lowest unemployment that we've seen in 40 years. That's huge. And again, the 300 children lifted out of poverty. I mean, people need to have these numbers drummed home to them because these are not things that you can overlook. The economy is on the rebound, and maybe Alberta's going to take a little bit longer to catch up. But we're on the up. And can you imagine if we didn't have things like the middle class tax cut or the Canada Child Benefit when the prices of oil and gas went down? That would have just hurt families and businesses that much more. But we've brought in some really exciting things for businesses as well. We are a few weeks ago, right after I got nominated and jumped into the election, we made the announcement that we're eliminating the swipe fee for GST on credit card transactions, which is huge for a lot of businesses. 250 businesses businesses are getting $250 in vouchers to get into the online space. That's huge. 2,000 businesses are getting $50,000. Actually, I should call them entrepreneurs, to take their ideas, their dreams, and to turn them into reality. Those are not small things, right? Those are huge.
Yeah.
So,
And this oil crisis is not here, it's globally.
Globally, yeah.
yes, exactly.
It's not only Trudeau's fault, you know what I mean? It's not a Liberal's fault, it's a globally. But of course, as a team, as an Albertan or as a Canadian, we should be helping this industry because this industry is not going away soon.
No, and we really want to support the oil and gas industry. We will get that pipeline built. We will get our product to market. And we do believe that growing the economy and saving the environment goes hand in hand. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yes.
And it's funny, I think I said that to you. I remember saying that to you 4 years ago when I was running in 2015. And it's still true today, right? So we have not lost sight of that for sure.
Awesome.
So now this question, which is, it's all over papers and all over news about Trudeau, about his brown face thing.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about it?
Well, first of all, I came from South Africa, where we faced racism firsthand, right? Because of the color of our skin. My family brought us to Canada, and I'm glad that they did. It was a racist act. We know that it racializes people. We don't like that, so there's no doubt about that. But I have known Justin Trudeau for 6 years. He is not a racist person. The intent wasn't there. Saying that, was it racist? Should it have been done? Absolutely not. But instead of being on the campaign trail the next day, he took time away from the campaign trail, assembled all the candidates, did a phone call with us, and he was emotionally upset. He was ashamed. He was legitimately and quite authentically sorrowful, and he apologized to the country. I believe his apology, and I can say that because I've known the man personally for 6 years.
So that's what I believe in. Like what you did, going to a party and dressing up and all that. I personally think that shouldn't be brought into publicly like this and throwing it at him. So there are people who dress up, like, there's another person who was talking about it, that she dressed up as a blonde and all that. So that doesn't mean that she meant anything. And Trudeau has apologized.
And he was ashamed. But I think
like
the good thing that can come out of this is that we're now having a conversation about racism. And I think that that's extremely important. This is one of the things we need to take away from this and move that conversation forward. So I'm glad we're having the conversation.
And what I can think of, because this is a silly thing they are bringing in the picture.
Such a silly thing.
I think this is a positive for the Liberal because they don't have anything else to talk about except the pictures. And
well,
that doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to get away from the fact that it was a racist act.
And
it was a silly act, and that's just the way it was, right?
But
at the end of the day, you have to look at the track record of the Liberal government. It's about multiculturalism. We've got the most diverse cabinet in the history of the country, right? Representation from all different religions, many women and many backgrounds, and multi-ethnic. All of those things are really important. That's not something that a racist government or a racist man does, right? That's something. So I think you have to separate those two things.
Okay, there are so many people who are watching, and of course all of your your friend, like Nirmala, Wes, Ninara, Nujasa, Amber Nadeem, from our PCA, Leila Warsi. There are a bunch of other people. They are joining us as well. And Nina Raj is saying Nina Raj saying, wishing Miss Naidoo the best of luck. And Nujasa is saying, great show. Nina Raj is saying, the Liberals need to come out with these stats, the one you're saying, more. So at least we know, general public, they should know about this.
Yes, absolutely, We're going door to door. We are hoping to meet every resident of Skyview, and I will tell you personally. And at the end of the day, I also invite people to come down to our campaign office if they have any questions. I mean, if this is a job interview, then come and interview me. Come and meet me face to face. Tell me what your
Yeah,
concerns
that's
are.
right.
Ask me the questions, and I'm happy to answer them, right? And,
That's right.
and I said to you at the beginning that I'm accessible. I am accessible. Every email that you send, I will make sure to answer.
Yeah.
If you come to the office and I'm not outdoor knocking, I will meet with you and I will talk to you. Right?
Do
That's
you have
important
lunch
to me.
there? Lunch or, I mean,
Do
lunch
I
and
have
dinner
lunch?
available there, yeah?
Lunch?
Or dinner?
Are you going to bring lunch? If you come, you bring
If,
lunch.
no, if we have it, then I'll come every day.
We always have tea on, always,
Tea
always
on.
have tea, and we do have snacks. So come on down.
So what do you feel? Yeah, only 20 days left now,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So-
But who's counting, right?
Yeah, that's right. 20 days left. So what do you feel about this elections in
In this
Alberta?
riding?
In
Alberta.
Alberta.
Well, I can't speak for other
Yeah.
ridings because I've only been really door knocking in this one. The
Okay.
reception we've been getting is really good.
Mhm.
People are very friendly. They're accepting. They're rolling up their sleeves to come and volunteer with us. We can always use more volunteers, but
Right.
we're feeling good. I mean,
Yeah.
the people have been very receptive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if I compare to the provincial, there was so much, you see the Facebook posts or the signs or different signs, it was all over. But this one seems like a little slow right now.
slower.
Maybe it's still 3 weeks to go. I
Really?
don't know.
Take a walk in my
Yeah.
shoes. I'm
Maybe
just
not for
joking.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
But that's the perception you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're out there, we're knocking, we're hearing from people, they're coming to the office and stuff like that. So I think maybe, when you're in the thick of things, you see it differently, but people are engaged and they should be. We have the right to vote. That's a very important right. Don't ever overlook it, and don't sit this one out. We need every single vote.
Yes.
And we need volunteers and we need all of those things. But if you know anyone in your family who is thinking about not voting, tell them to get
Yeah.
out.
If you don't vote, don't
People
complain.
fought long and
Yeah,
hard
don't
for this
complain
right.
about anyone.
And
yeah.
I know from somebody, as somebody who, didn't have human rights the day I was born, because I was born in South Africa, how easy it is to have human rights taken away from you. Having the right to vote is extremely important.
Yes.
Use it.
Use.
Definitely
Yeah.
use it. Yeah. Yeah.
Will they ask
Any other
questions?
question?
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, I got a whole list here.
Yeah.
So, of course, if I ask you, if in your sky view, okay, so of course, so then who's running, beside you? Who are the other people?
Well, I'm not going to promote the other.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, we have a slate of 5 candidates. Yes.
Like 5 altogether?
Yeah.
So who do you kind of afraid of?
7 candidates, sorry.
7,
I can't
okay.
count.
Yeah. So you see it's going to be between liberal and the conservative most of the...
Possibly. We have a
Yeah.
strong NDP candidate as well, and I think people should come out to the debates. I think they should make their minds up and listen. They should reach out to all their candidates and make an informed decision. So, I think people need to vote, and I think they need to know the issues, and they need to know the candidates, and they need to make a decision as to who they think is going to best represent them in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then what about the healthcare? What are we doing for the healthcare? What are you guys suggesting?
Well, we've come up with pharmacare. We're introducing pharmacare.
Okay.
We don't think that if you're sick that you should make a decision, a choice about whether to feed your kids or feed your family or pay a bill or take care of your health. We think that everyone should have, a drug plan. We think that that's extremely important. So we're going to be rolling that out. We also think that if you've got, if you're on certain medications that are extremely expensive, that the cost of those medications should be reduced. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's one of the reasons, lots of people get kind of upset. They don't want, because of the cost. Because of the cost, they are a little hesitant to go for that medicine or not to go for the medicine. And then they are not
And
feeling...
that shouldn't be a choice.
And then they are not feeling well because they don't want to buy that.
Yeah.
They cannot afford it. That's
Yes.
the important thing.
Yeah.
And once they cannot afford it, then they are not feeling well, and then they are blaming the government.
Right.
you know, whatever the.
Well, and I think one of the really exciting things for me is because I do, as I mentioned, I have aging parents, right? Is what we're bringing in for seniors. So we are going to be making a 10% increase in the old age security payments for people automatically when they hit the age of 75, right? I think that that's extremely important, and also the survivors benefit. So if you're a pensioner who's lost a spouse, that's going up by 25%. That's huge, right? Again, it goes back to that stat I told you about at the beginning of lifting all those seniors out of poverty, the 50,000 seniors. Well, you know, this is going to help even more, right? And so I think the way that the numbers broke down is that a lot of pensioners are going to be getting another $720 in pension.
Is that right? Oh, nice.
You know, because of the longevity, we are seeing more and more seniors, and they're living longer.
We're living longer, and you want to enjoy your life. I mean, retirement. Oh my goodness, we've all worked our entire lives towards retirement. You want to be able to enjoy it, and travel, and especially in this particular riding, a lot of people here have family who live in other countries, right? And so they want to be able to visit those people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, you know, like.
So it's about dignity. It's about being able to retire with dignity, right? And and I see that in my parents. I want them to have a good lifestyle, and let's not face it, none of us is getting any younger. So I want to make sure it's there for me
they're
too.
on their own, and a little bit of help, financial help, goes a long way.
Absolutely.
You know, they can get help. They can survive better. Because they are still young, you know, because of the health, you know, they are okay, and with a little bit of financial assistance, they will be living better.
Now, saying that, I'm also a mother, and I know a lot of people in this community have young kids, so we've got some really exciting things to do with parental leave and childcare. So we're opening up 250,000 more early childhood spaces.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Right?
Okay.
We're putting $535 million towards before school and after school care. Huge, right? And because when I had kids, we had to make a decision: are we going to be a two-income family or a one-income family?
True.
Well, we're going to take that burden off of families so that they can make the decision as to whether they want to be a two-income family or not based on monetary reasons. We're going to reduce childcare across the board by 10%, which is huge. Right? More parental leave if you're having a child. If you have a child under the age of 1, you're going to be getting bigger Canada child benefit checks. So 15% bigger, which makes sense, right?
Definitely.
So
because the more the better for especially like the first couple of years, right?
Yes. It's very important to be home with your child at that time too. So
and you know, like of course, you were running in 2015. So what do you see the difference in public, general public? Are they more aware of the elections? Are they aware of?
Everyone's aware of the election. They know it's coming. A lot of people are definitely motivated to vote, and I've been hearing lots of good things about them voting Liberal, which is fantastic. But this is a different riding that I'm running in this time, and I feel more of much of a relationship to this riding because, again, they're middle-class families with children, much more like my own family, with aging parents, all of those things, right? So
you can relate to them.
Yes,
more.
absolutely.
Okay, let's say you win on 21st. You win the election.
What am I going to do?
Next morning, I'll call you.
Just give me some time to sleep in.
Exactly.
Like maybe don't call until about 9.
It's like first day. Okay, you were party all night. Okay, second day you're getting a call from Ottawa. Okay, third day I call again, you didn't pick up. So then what do I think then?
Well, you should think that I'm busy getting ready to represent you in Ottawa. That's what you should think, Jalal. And you know I will always take your calls.
Oh, geez, I know.
I'm
just saying. No, I think this is great. And your Skyview commute, like your area. Okay, so what are the communities?
Saddle Ridge, Falcon Ridge, Coventry Hills, Harvest Hills, Taradale, Martindale. It's a big area. Redstone, Livingston.
Okay, but not the Panorama.
Not Panorama.
Okay, because it's just on the other side. Okay.
Just on the other side.
Center Street, Harvest Hills.
Okay. So it's quite a large area, and if you have any questions, I mean, you should definitely go to our website and take a look, or drop by our office, meet me in person.
Okay, where's the office? Like, where's the
20
campaign office?
Saddlestone Drive, Northeast.
Oh, it's
20
inside.
Saddlestone Drive, yeah. So not that far from
Yeah, no, it's right here. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
hopefully I will get elected and you will have me on your show lots more.
Yeah.
Then we'll need some treats too.
Yeah.
We'll need some treats from the federal funds. There are other people who are watching as well. Sephora, Shazad, Salma, Rajab, and Mr. Amr. He's saying Jalal Bhai, great and a timely choice of guest.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Everyone loves you, see?
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Always.
Thanks.
Always.
Anything you want to add? Anything you want me to ask extra? Anything I can?
I would love your support. If anyone out there listening wants to come and volunteer on the campaign, we would love to have you. And don't be intimidated by politics. It's a good way to get involved,
Yes.
learn how the political system works, make new contacts, make new friends. We have a lot of fun. Our volunteers come back night after night, but we need to replenish them because we don't want them to get burned out. We still have another 3 weeks to go. So come on out. Do come and visit me at the office, again, 20 Saddlestone Drive, Northeast. And just come if you just have questions. Tell every single person in your family to get out and vote.
Yes, that's very
And
important.
not to sit this one out. And you can actually vote by special ballot right now. You can go to the Elections Canada office, which is by Deerfoot Mall. Make sure you go out to the advanced polls, which are on the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that way you don't have to stand in line.
Yes,
You get it
yes.
over with and you're done. You
But they're
can mark
pretty
that
good.
off your
Yeah.
list.
Yes.
But then if you don't make either of those things, then make sure you get out on October 21st.
Yeah, I hope the weather holds
Weather
up.
stays on.
I do too. Please don't snow.
Not in 3 weeks also. We don't want snow till Halloween comes.
That's
we always
right.
get
Yeah,
the
we're
snow.
getting on the 31st.
Yeah, so we are
We can
we are
do it.
Hello,
getting
Sarah.
finished a week before that. So
Okay,
we
why
don't
don't we
want
move the
any
election in September or August? Light's a nice weather.
Nobody would be here. Everybody's on
holiday.
holiday.
No,
We can't do
September
that.
at least.
Yeah, but
When the
everybody's
school
getting
starts.
back to this,
This is
school,
business
college,
And then we get early snow as well now.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what? We just dress warmly and we still go to work.
Yeah.
So that's not going to
So-
stop us.
So when you are going door knocking, so do you ever feel that some people are kind of, oh, here they come again? Do you ever get that feeling?
No, actually, we've had a really good response. People are friendly for the most part. I mean, once in a while you get some people that are busy or something, but generally speaking, I have this is true. People are trying to invite us in for tea.
Oh,
And they're trying to, offer us food, and we can't because we need
Bring
to
it
get
here.
we need to get it to every door. But they've been so lovely and so friendly, and especially when they see us out on those days when it's snowing and stuff, they feel for us. They feel for the volunteers, and they want to invite us in. But we're trying to get to every door, and we really appreciate it. And those invitations make us feel really good. But we have to keep going because we're trying to make sure that we've met everybody that we possibly can.
So when you're knocking your door, let's say someone opens the door. So what do you say the first dial, first sentence?
First thing.
Or like this is Nirmala from CBC or Global, or you say,
No, I
I'm
say,
federal.
hi, I'm Nirmala Naidoo, I'm your federal liberal candidate for
Oh,
Calgary
okay.
Skyview. And then I usually say, are you voting in this election? And 9 times out of 10 they say, yes, we are. And then, I'll ask them, is there anything that matters to you? And if I notice that they have children, I'll tell them about the increase to the Canada Child Benefit. If I notice that they've got elderly parents, we'll talk about the seniors, things that we've got. And I'll ask what they do for a living, and we can chat about that. Sometimes they say we haven't had much time to think about it, and I'll invite them to the office so we can talk more. And it's opening up the conversation.
Yes.
The advantage of having me on the doorstep is that if they have any questions, I am right there to answer the questions.
That's the best
And
thing.
sometimes they might not see another candidate in the
True,
election, right?
yeah.
So this is their opportunity to ask any questions that they may have. And we have a good time. We talk about in the summertime. We can talk about their gardens. sometimes that's important to them too. So yeah.
So is Mr. Trudeau coming to Calgary, do you think?
We're hoping so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure at
Of
this
course,
point.
yeah.
But my fingers are crossed, and I hope he comes to Skyview.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hopefully.
yes.
I will say this: if we find out that he is coming, we will let everybody know.
Yeah, I think
that would
last
be
time when
nice.
he came to the Magnolia Banquet Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and remember
yeah.
that there was a huge lineup
Line
all the
just-
way around
yes,
it,
yes,
and,
yes.
and there was a huge crowd wanting to get in. Yeah, yeah.
So if he comes this time, could you give us a VIP pass? We can just...
If he comes this time, I will call you
All right.
directly. I'll let you know.
Everyone is watching and listening.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know for sure.
And Aisha is listening too.
Aisha, yes. Aisha, you can't see her, but she's my campaign manager.
Yeah,
and
she
she's
is.
tucked over there.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
right.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's- yeah.
So we're gonna make this a tradition then?
Of course.
Every 4 years.
Next time when you come,
Mhm.
bring the crown with you.
Oh.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If I win, you'll have me on in less than 4 years, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But
Less than 4 years? I thought you were going to say less than 4 days.
which
Just
would
be
be
too
fine
busy.
as
You know
well.
what? We don't want to say candidates every 4 years. We want to, we
That's
want to see them quite.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so if I win, I will come back.
Yes, no.
in-
I think it will be an honor for
much
us.
more frequently.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's an honor for us every time whenever you come, and it will
Yeah.
be even bigger honor when you come as
Yeah.
elected and
Elected member.
Well, thank
Amber.
you very much.
Yeah.
I really enjoy you both. It's so much fun to be on your show every
Thank you so
time, and I
much,
feel like
Mom.
I'm with old
we
friends.
enjoy you
and
also, Nirmala.
It's great.
It's
yeah.
always great to meet you and then talk to you and have you on our show.
Well, thank you.
It's always been a pleasure.
Well, and
Yeah.
you guys do great work too in the community.
We
I
try
know
our
because I'm
best.
out there in the community going to, well, I think we saw each other at a cancer
Yeah,
fundraiser. We're going to fundraisers all the time,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
and meeting with people that live and work in this community, and I see you guys there too. So
And when you
keep
go
doing
in
the
the next
work
time
that
to
you do.
like to your door knocking, tell them you're on the Salaam Namaste and you come and join.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
You got extra vote.
We will take a picture and then we will post it. So
Yes.
that we have the proof that we're good friends.
We have Bob Chalani watching us as well, and Firoz, Jabin, Murad, Sadaf, and of course Sarah Karmali. Thank you so much everyone for watching and listening to one of our good friends. Yes, Nirmala Naidoo.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Nirmala.
Thank
It's
you
an
for
honor for us.
having
Every
from all
single
this
time.
busy time of yours. You came and accepted our invitation.
Of
That's
course.
such a good, it's an honor for us that, everybody is busy right now because of the elections, but it's always nice to have you.
Oh,
And
I would never
you
pass
took-
up a chance
you-
to sit
you
down
took
with the
time
two of you.
from your busy schedule and you came, and it's always nice to have you here, and it's nice to talk and come to know more about what's happening in your life, and that's what we are there for, Salaam Namaste is for everyone. And that's what we feel good about it, that we can do a community service in any way we can. And we try our best that we accommodate all sorts of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if we want to have a third level.
Okay.
We need some funding from federal.
Well, you come knock on my door. We'll sit down and have some chai and talk about it.
Thank you so much. It was fun again,
My
and all the best to
pleasure.
you.
Yeah. all
Thank
the
you.
best,
It's like
all the
seeing
best.
old friends. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me.
No, it's an honor.
All
It's an
right.
honor.
And thanks
Guys,
to
one
all
and
the
only
listeners.
Nirmala Naidoo, please,
Take
please,
some pictures, yeah.
so you can find her on a Facebook. Nirmala Naidoo, she got her own page. And what's her website?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Aisha. Yes. Nirmala Naidoo at liberal.ca.
Liberal.ca?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
nirmalanaidu.liberal.ca. Yeah, you can visit her website and make sure if you have any question, ask them 10 times
Yeah.
and she will answer you 10 times.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
much.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Will
you.
And of course, we're gonna be back with our our second segment is gonna be very musical. We're gonna celebrate the life of Lata Mangeshkar with one of our local singer Millie. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll take some pictures with Nirmala
Yeah.
and back in 5 minutes. So guys, thank you so much.